are not pawns for the provincial government's failures. No more program cuts, no more campus closures, and no more overcrowded classrooms. A future where the government refuses to provide funding, but asks students to pay more?
So the British Columbia Federation of Students, the BCFS, had a rally for public education at the Vancouver Public Library, the central branch. This happened on January 31st, and it was part of their Cuts Suck, Fix Education campaign.
No! What do we want? More funding! When do we want it? Right now! What do we want? More funding! When do we want it? Right now!
The government has launched a sector-wide sustainability review and said everything is on the table. Everything except new funding. Our institutions are in crisis. 19 out of 25 will be running deficits in the next 2 years. For the first time ever, the entire system is on track for a sector-wide deficit.
We are in this mess because the provincial government chose again and again not to invest in BC's future, not to invest in education, in students, in you and me.
Every student that needs funding should have access to grants and not be saddled with huge levels of student debt. It means that workers at our colleges and universities in this province should be paid and treated fairly.
The solution is simple. We need funding, public funding, funding that is stable, that is equitable, and that's provided by the provincial government.
The core message is very simple. More funding for the post-secondary education sector. However, the potential harm of some of the alternatives being considered by the government to stabilize this sector without new funding has brought together more than just students.
To the faculty workers, unions, coalitions, and community members, thank you for being here today. This is what true solidarity looks like. Because when we stand together, there is nothing we can achieve.
I am here to offer the support and solidarity of British Columbia's largest union, the Canadian Union of Public Employees. And I want to say, CUPE members you encounter one every single day on campus. They are the custodians, the food service workers. If you have kids in childcare, they're often CUPE members delivering that childcare. It's the departmental secretaries that you go and ask your questions to. These institutions don't run without CUPE members, and I want to thank all of our members that work in the sector. We have a saying in CUPE, you never just pick on one of us, you pick on all of us. And so on behalf of the 122,000 CUPE members in this province, we stand with you and support your calls to stop the funding cuts to our public post-secondary system.
I'm with a group called the Federation of Post-Secondary Educators. It's not a well-known public name. I just want to explain what that is first. We represent 10,000 faculty and staff working at institutions right across BC, the colleges, the special purpose teaching universities, private unionized schools, and Thompson Rivers University. And we are 100% in solidarity with you here today on what this cause is about.
So our student union is not part of the BCFS, but as announced in the press conference outside the constituency office of Jesse Sunner earlier this year, students are supporting each other's advocacy and efforts and sounding the alarm together as a united front.
I'm Harjot Singh, I'm president of Caplano Student Union, and I'm today here for the Against the Post-Secondary Review, and after students join us, we will do more rallies as well.
The 8 speakers at this rally included student representatives from the mainland, the interior, and the island, as well as representation from faculty and staff. Let's hear what they had to say.
Post-secondary education is more than classrooms. It shapes our communities, our workforce, and our future. It fuels healthcare, trades, the arts, and small businesses. It keeps our region strong. From Salmon Arm to Penticton, Kamloops to Castlegar, thousands of students are studying, working, caregiving, and building lives while preparing to give back to the places that raised us.
First off, education is not passively receiving information. You've heard speakers here talk before. Many of you in your classes will find those lifelong friends and connections and the foundation of your working network that you have to put into place. That's a huge part of why you need to be in those things, and it has to be affordable for you to get there.
Sinsian Nuyu, Kitsikala Adahaisla Dualatu, Kain Dualzogu. Today, I speak my language in resistance. Resistance of a government that is cutting my education where I'm learning about how to help my people in the very reconciliation that they claim to prioritize.
Every week is a bad news. A mass email announcing cancelled class, a supervisor has been let go, a program has been cut, and for some schools, a campus has been closed.
Seeing all of you here today, past and present students, faculty workers, and community members makes me so excited. Because the fight to protect our public post-secondary system belongs to all of us.
Through collective action, the BCFS, alongside its member students union, has mobilized over 170,000 students across 14 institutions in this province. Together, we have torn down financial barriers, defended public education, and forced decision makers to listen. These victories prove something fundamental. When students organize, we win, not just for ourselves, but for those who come after us. We are facing program cuts, rising tuition, shrinking student services, and an ever-widening gap between the promise of an education and the reality of surviving it.
In 2022, the government's own reports show that funding has not kept up with inflation or the real cost of education. But you know what has kept up? Tuition. Tuition fees have kept up. For 4 years, the government has sat and done nothing to fix underfunding, nothing to stop institutions for over-relying on international students to survive. The crisis is not an accident. It's the result of inaction. And today we say no more. No more shifting the cost of public education on students and families who are already stretched thin. No more!
For Indigenous students, these challenges exist on top of ongoing colonial violence, erasure, and rhetoric that tells us that we should be grateful just to be here. I'm like the rest of you. I am sick and tired of the fact that things are still the same than when I was in school. Many more years ago. You know that progress has never come from politeness or patience. It comes from pressure.
And I want us to remember something. The students who came before us fought very hard for the privileges we enjoy today.
That's right.
Their voices, their sweat, watered the ground on which we stand on today. And now it's our time.
We're rallying not just for all students, but for the people denied the promise of education, for the people who never got the chance to study, for the workers who are about to be priced out halfway through their degrees, for the members of our communities whose dreams of a better life are being quietly taken away.
These cuts are not inevitable. They are political choices made to protect budgets, not students, not workers, not communities, not you, and not me.
Right now, we're standing at a crossroads, and ahead of us, there are two paths. One path is the path that the provincial government is trying to push us down. A path where tuition goes up fast, without warning, where our classmates are forced to drop out mid-semester, where campuses shrink, programs disappear, and institutions become shells of what they once were. And where education becomes a privilege of the wealthy? The other path is where the government stops asking the poorest among us to sacrifice our future. A path that they finally recognize that post-secondary education is not a luxury.
Our degrees, our diplomas, our certificates, everything is being treated like goods on the shelf. And if you can't, shame. And if you can't afford it, oh, it's your fault. Somehow it's your fault you can't afford it.
Our provincial leaders benefited from a system that students today can only dream of. And our leaders are where they are because they had the chance to succeed without having to make sacrifices. They had the opportunity to focus on their studies and learn the skills they needed to be in the position they are now. What right do they have to tell us that we do not get the same opportunity? What right do they have to say there is no money to fund programs that students need to learn the skills that are vital to participating in society? What right do they have to close the doors of opportunity in our faces now that they have walked through?
But the Canadian social contract is under attack, right? Healthcare, education, old age security, employment insurance. Where do you want to start? You start with post-secondary education. That's an easy target. We need to engage the public on this matter and have kitchen table conversations with everyone that you can. The people that are making the decision went to university at a time when tuition was affordable. You could work a regular job, make enough money to pay your tuition and your rent, and have a little beer money left over at the end of that. That is not the case now. The government is celebrating housing affordability coming down, but at the same time, they're prepared to take the 2% cap off of your tuition rate. This is horrible.
We are here to be so loud that ignoring students and workers is no longer an option.
The government repeatedly used the word holistic to describe its closed-door review of the sector, despite students' concerns that they were going to be left out of the conversation. The rally was the embodiment of that concept, bringing together representatives from students, faculty, workers, and community members in solidarity.
We will be loud if we propose tuition fee increases or the removal of the tuition limit policy. We will be united if they try to pit students against workers, and we will be relentless in fighting for affordable, accessible, and high-quality education.
We need the government to invest in people, invest in the communities of the interior. Students are not just learners. We are renters, we are caregivers, workers, taxpayers, and community builders. We are the future small business owners, Chamber of Commerce members, community event organizers, and healthcare workers. We are the lifeblood of the interior. So today, I'm calling on students, educators, families, and community members. Stand with us. Stand with us to ensure the interior is not left behind. Stand with us to demand a sustainable, publicly funded system.
Our fight is going to be their legacy. So can I ask you again, why are we here? Good. We're here because we're tired of hearing excuses. We're tired of there is no money. We're tired of watching our future shrink while tuition goes up.
So when we leave this rally, we don't leave quietly. We leave louder. We leave prouder. Yeah. We leave knowing that we are on the right side of history.
Are you ready to fight for increased funding for our colleges and universities? Are you ready to fight for lower tuition fees? Are you ready to fight for better services, housing, and support? And do you demand an end to program cuts, layoffs, and campus closure? Before I just end, I want to leave you with one of my favorite chants from the labor movement. You'll hear it on every single longshore picket line. When workers and students take a stand against the powerful, the wealthy, and the well-connected, people will get mad, and they'll get mad at our nerve that we want more, that we demand better. So, to those people, join with me. And if I say they don't like us, what do you say?
We don't care!
They don't like us!
We don't care!
Us.
We don't care!
They don't like us!
We don't care!
They don't like us!
We don't care!
If you're ready for your voice to be heard, and if you're ready to fight this fight and fight for what post-secondary should be, can I get some excitement in the house?
Thank you. So plant your feet, square your shoulders, and say it with your full chest. Access is under attack, so what do we do?
Fight back!
Access is under attack, so what do we do?
Fight back!
Access is under attack, so what do we do?
Fight back!
Yeah! To the Premier and every MLA, don't you dare use students as a scapegoat